let's start with this. Let's start with the weekend. Salt XO. Okay. Taste Better, Run Better event. Jaleesa did her big one. It was so incredible. It was amazing. The women were marvelous, magnificent, full sanctuary energy. I'm grateful for the opportunity to spend time with our sanctuary sis, Marisol, and Adina as well. Adina drove down, bestie, she's right there at all times. So we drove down to Miami on Friday, and our plan was to stay there Friday to Saturday, then come back home after the event. And then we had extended it out to where we were going to go Friday and then come back home Sunday. But as of Thursday, 11 p.m., I went to go and do something, and there was a physical reaction that my body had. I really want to be uber transparent, ultra transparent. But if you've listened to the previous podcasts, the episodes, then you already have an idea of what's going on, because it's kind of been a recurring thing. And it's so interesting, isn't it, that we were just on She Is Felt. And it wasn't She Is Felt as far as like an audience feeling you. It was She Is Felt as in us analyzing our body and what our body is telling us. And let me tell you what, my body said, you provide me the invitation, I'm going to show up and show out. And so that which has been ignored or has slipped under the rug and wasn't seen to be able to be picked up with the rest of the things, oh yeah, it's up and out of there for sure. Again, I'm in bed, so if it shakes, my apologies. That's just me moving. Getting back on track. So this very serious emergent level of a physical reaction happened. And I found myself immediately saying, not during She Is Felt week. We supposed to be stepping into She Is Known. This is the month of She Is Seen. We did She Is Introduced, She Is Heard, She Is Felt. Now we're supposed to go into She Is Known. And this is the part of me that I know too well. And I thought that I was done with. I thought we healed all of those things. But as we know, everything heals infinitely. Nothing is completely healed. At least that's my belief. I'm not sure what your personal belief is. It was devastating. I had to make a very quick decision, because here it was, I just clocked out of the 9 to 5, and I thought, okay, I get to clock into my passion, my purpose, what I love. And then that happened, and it was like, oh, this looks like I need to go to the hospital. And I made a decision, and it might not have been the smartest decision. And my coaches may not be happy with me in regards to my decision. But I took a moment. I got myself together. My husband helped me get myself together. I called my friend to give her the update. My sister, did I call her that night or did I call her the next day? Knowing me. Dina, when did I call you? Put it in the comments. Lay down on the bed, gave it some time. And once I didn't feel like I was going to pass out anymore, I went ahead and got up and I started packing my stuff. I couldn't do or pack as much as I wanted to pack, but I knew I was going to gather what it was that I needed and lay my butt back down to get rest, because I was going and I was not going to miss it. And the way that the event and everything that Jaleesa does, everything that she stands for, the intention that she puts into women's health and bringing women into a space where they can truly get to know and study their own bodies and analyze what feels good for them and be aware of what they're putting on themselves. It just was everything that I've always needed and didn't necessarily always have access to. And I couldn't miss it. And so we got in the car and we had a good time. We had a blast. And I had to keep reminding myself, girl, the end of this trip ends in the ER. Don't do too much and end up there sooner than later. And when I say the love between the Salt Bays in the Salt Bay community, the Clean Coochie Club, it's truly divine. Being able to speak into them, the women that were gathered there, about some of the same topics that we've been discussing here, and just reminding them of their greatness and reminding them of their purpose, and that each of us have been divinely sent here to fulfill our purpose, and that no one person's purpose negates another. No, no one's purpose is less than or greater than the next person's. And in that, there is no need for comparison, because you were sent here on an individual journey that wasn't assigned to anybody but yourself. Even if it might look the same, they may intertwine, they might intersect, they might parallel. No two are the same. And so that, along with the singing bowls and the singing, yes, y'all, I sang. Yes, I sang. I sang. Yes, your girl sang. Okay. The voice came back out. Some of you will really get that, because I vowed that I'm out of the singing, but singing for healing, utilizing the gift not for capitalism, not for money making, but utilizing the gift for healing is always something that my voice will be utilized for in whatever capacity I can. And it was a beautiful event. It was definitely beautiful. I did not walk those 3 miles. I'm just, and I might have been celebrated like I walked the 3 miles. I might have. There might be footage of that. I didn't walk those 3 miles. As I, there was no way. I would have had to tap out right then and go straight to the hospital. There was no way. I'm really grateful to my sisters, Marisol and Adina, for holding me up. They definitely knew. Marisol became aware of what was going on when we were there. And they took care of me, and they made sure I was okay, and they helped me change. And just so many things that they held me. They held space for me in the same energy that we do here in the sanctuary. And that in itself was a beautiful experience, on top of seeing all of these beautiful women, young girls, older women in one space that are doing for themselves what I would beg for every woman to do. To give themselves that opportunity where they feel their body and feel what it is your body is communicating with you. How your body, knowing and hearing yourself as much as you know and hear that man that's in that room with you, as much as you know and when you hear your child that's in the house with you. Knowing yourself, taking the time to learn you, not the ways that you've been, but the you that you are right now, how your body is responding and reacting, and what it needs, what makes it feel, good, and what makes it feel not so great. That's what these women were in this park, dressed to the nines in their pink, in their pastel pink, just in full support. Oh, it was just so beautiful. It was so beautiful to witness. So, with all of that being said, as we know, there are some delays. And I came on here to check to see if anybody submitted the scene 7, which was the challenge for last month. And then I said, why did I do this to them? Because I know that there's been like 3 or 4 episodes where I've guaranteed that we're not going to be on a strict schedule. So I don't know why I keep doing that. If I do it again, just ignore me. I've already told Adina to please make sure that you, as soon as you hear it, sis, call me and tell me, hey, go back and tell them that that's not what you meant. There is no deadline on the scene 7. I know what I said when I said it, but there's no deadline. The only thing that has a deadline is if there's a competition. And there was a competition. I'm going to go in and check. This is the first thing that I've done now that I've got a little bit of energy to come on and speak about everything that's been going on. I just thought about something else that I want to talk about with the event, which is my good sis Maria and our connection. And I'll get into that, I think, in the podcast episode. is where I'll speak about the connection that Maria and I have. But yes, there was one podcast episode this month where if you stayed all the way to the end after the song ended, I know I don't never say anything after that part, but there was one episode where if you were really tuned in and you let that play all the way through and the song ended, you would have heard my voice come back in and say, "Hey, greetings. I know this is not your regular process with me here, whatever I said. Um, but if you made it this far, you deserve something special." And with that being said, I have that something special. I know that I saw Missy had put the secret word that I said at the end of the podcast. She put it in the comments. I don't know if anybody else has since Missy put that, but I'm going to go and check. And if it's just Missy, well, Missy, congratulations. You'll have your prize this weekend. If there is somebody else there that has put that comment, then before today's date, of course, because it's the first. We're in a new month now. Then I will do a pull, a hat pull, or I'll use one of the online raffle things. But I think it might just be Missy. I think it might just be. So congratulations to whoever that ends up being. I believe it's Missy though. So congratulations, Missy. I'm going to go and check it though, and I'll double verify. I'm trying to think of what other updates. Again, I'm testing this out. This is new. This is the Substack studio for those of you who plan on taking your business into the Substack route, if ever you choose Substack for your community. I love it here. I love all of the features. I love the way that they're building out. I love the fact that they take the time to educate on how to use the platform. Like I said, I was just in a Zoom right before this, and they went through everything really. Well, we're at 13:59. Okay, so let's 2 more minutes. I'll wrap everything up. Let's see. The other parts. Now I'm thinking about what I want to say before I go. Okay, so I'm going to be using this type of setup to do the CEO roots. I have a bunch of CEO roots, little snippets that I need to go ahead and get up. And this has the capability of doing screen sharing. So this is super easy for me to jump on, share my screen, show y'all a prompt, drop a little article with it that has the typed out prompt, or do a landing page. However we do it, right? I'll figure all of that out as we go on. Again, no strict timelines, no deadlines, except for with contests. So if you haven't done your scene 7, don't feel bad about it. Whenever you do it, you can put it in there. If you're here a year from now and you're in 2027, like, what were these people doing back then? And you feel like dropping your scene 7 in, drop it in 2027. Okay. And I know that there's something else. Oh, so from being ill, being in the emergency room and at the event this weekend, I did want to mention that the last week's podcast, I will go ahead and I'm actually re-recording it because so much has happened since I had recorded what I plan to schedule to post that I just want to do that fresh. So I'm not skipping over the last episode of the month. I'm actually going to add, let me get my thoughts together. I'm not skipping over the last episode of the month. I'm actually going to publish that, and then we'll go right into week 1 of April. And I'll let you know what the theme for April is also, which is clearly going to be in the walk of focusing on self and doing for self and making sure that you understand fully that she is felt, and how then you exercise those different aspects of self to be better. As Coach Matt would say, to prepare your body for who it is becoming. Yeah, I think that's it. So I love this. This is really cool. I like this test. I'm going to see if it allows me to edit now or what happens after I press end. But I think that this is really dope, and I'm going to utilize it more often. I'm going to be doing lives also. Adina and I will have more information. We have, for those in the Central Florida area, we have some local events coming up that we're going to do, in-person events. That's going to be interesting. And I love you. I love you, and I hope that you are taking care of yourself. I hope that you are seeing, hearing, feeling yourself. I hope that you understand how beautiful you are. I hope that you clearly, clearly, inner, under, and overstand how blessed and privileged I am to be able to share space with you. And I give gratitude to and for you every day. I give gratitude and I pray for all of the positive abundance to flow and bless and bliss your space and your family and those who love you and those who support you. And most importantly, that you are in full overflow, abundance, blessed blessings yourself, sending them directly to you. I hope your day is as beautiful as you are. Talk soon, very soon. I got a lot of catching up to do.